black soldier fly larvae bin, which I made myself. It was pretty easy to do, just with spare materials, so I want to show you how I did it. If you don't know about black soldier fly larvae, then I'll put some videos in the description to tell you all about them. So first of all, you're going to need a bin of some sort. Some people use trash cans or whatever. This I picked up used somewhere. I like it because it's round. That way the larvae are more likely to kind of crawl and encounter the ramp out. You need some way also for the adults to get in. So that's what I got here. It doesn't have to be a T connector like this. It could have been just an elbow or something, but you need some sort of some hole for the adults to get in and lay their eggs. And you don't want it just open on top, because then rain's going to come down. So I just found this. I went to there's a local store called Habitat for Humanity's Restore. They have a bunch of used extra hardware and whatnot, and I just found things that made them work. So I found this. You need to make some sort of bulkhead. So in this case, I found two pieces that would connect together. I got them for, looks like, about 40 cents. And they connect together and form an entrance like that. For cutting the hole, you could use a hole saw. That's probably the way you're supposed to do it. But I just used a regular drill and then used the saw blade on a Swiss Army knife to make it. And then used sandpaper to sort of round it out. This little bit is just a bunch of cardboard. This is where the adults are going to come in and lay their eggs in those little spots. And so I just found a way to attach it there to the entrance hole. Oh, let's look inside. Okay, that's what it looks like inside. Take this out for a moment. So I found this idea to use a vacuum cleaner hose for the ramp out. I thought that was a pretty good one. So, and then about a week later, I saw a vacuum out on the lawn to be thrown away. So I snagged it and took the vacuum cleaner hose, and I hope that's going to work. I have to test it and see. I'm a little afraid of whether larvae will like crawling up this corrugated surface, but we'll see. Let's see, some other things I got here. Again, doesn't have to be exact measurements or anything, but I just found some stuff that worked. So I found this whole piece. Again, this was at Habitat for Humanity, their used store, but it's just a piece of PVC and it came with a cap, and you can see I paid 25 cents for it, so that's pretty cheap. So I decided to make that work. I used a saw, just a hand saw, to cut slits in this, and so this is going to provide drainage for the bottom of this, because there's going to be lots of water produced. Okay, so you need to have a way to get that out without all the junk getting out, and without your larvae crawling out of there either. Okay, so that I've got on this side. On the outflow, again, you probably don't even need to do this. There's other ways of doing this, by the way. You don't have to do this bulkhead like I did. Some people also just put a hole right in the bottom of that thing. I thought maybe I'd like to collect the effluent, and maybe there's some nutrition there you can throw in a yard or something like that. So anyway, I found, again, these pieces were real cheap. This was like 25 cents. I found this connector. If I one day want to put a hose on it, I can put a hose on it. The hardest part of this is this bulkhead right here, and you can buy it. You could buy a bulkhead for, I don't know, I think they're like 10 bucks each. But I found a great website that told you how to make your own, and so I just found one. This is PVC from, what's it called, electrical conduit. So I just found a male and female adapter. They cost like 40 cents each, so that was really cheap. And then the only thing that was actually expensive was the gasket, since I couldn't find one that was pre-made, so I had to buy just gasket rubber and then cut out a gasket carefully and then tighten these around it. So that forms the bulkhead. But again, you can do that however you want. You could do it out the bottom. I've seen people use a standpipe that comes straight up the center. However works. We'll see if this one works. So, when this is all put together, then I've got, this is just coconut fiber. You can get this at your garden store. It's, you know, biodegradable, but it lets fluids through it. So that's going to go on top and just serve as an extra filter and help prevent that PVC from getting clogged up. So it'll look like that. And then I'm gonna put my food there. The vacuum cleaner hose, again, I just made some holes in it. I'm hoping that's gonna work. I secured it with just 2 zip ties. Just made a single hole zip tie in and around and back. Okay. What else? Oh yeah, again on the hole, drilling this hole, the proper way to do it probably would be with a hole saw, but that's something I didn't want to buy. They're kind of expensive. Well, anyway, I didn't want to buy it. So again, I just used a regular drill bit and then carefully expanded it using a small saw from a Swiss Army blade, and then sanded it down. Of course, you want to make sure you don't get too wide, otherwise this is going to leak. So I tried this with water, and it does hold. I haven't cemented anything yet. I'd rather not, just in case I want to, you know, change things. So I'll see if it works fine. Then, if so, then I won't even bother cementing it. So that's all. Oh, and I haven't showed you, but I just found another container that this is going to go into. So all in all, I think all the parts were about $10 or less, and like $5 of that was the gasket rubber, which I only used a piece of, so I guess I have more in case I need it in the future. So yeah, used materials, recycled stuff, cheap stuff, and hopefully I'm going to have a working black soldier fly larvae bin.